Hey YouTube, I have some terrible news to share. I'm currently out here hiding in this tall grass because I'm actively being hunted by a violent man named David Pickle. Here, look what he sent me. "Henry, I'm coming to dill you," it says, and then there's this video.
My name is David Pickle. Oops. That one was a burster.
David Pickle, dude, I'm fucked. Welcome to episode 3 of Video Games in Memory, the unintended trilogy. I just can't get these thoughts out of my head. Thanks to David Pickle, I'm doing the video essay thing now where I film myself in a bunch of aesthetic locations instead of in front of my gamer battle station or the peanut butter man's sloppy nut seat, as I've heard some of the rabble saying around the village square. Nut, as in peanut, by the way, not anything arousing or deviant at all, but things are growing. And for today's video, this wild setting that I find myself in will perfectly complement the game that I'll be talking. I recently replayed The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild for the first time in many formative years, a game that I'm deeply acquainted with. It's been out for 8 whole years now. I'm 19, and the game came out in 2017 when I was 11, and in those 8 years, Breath of the Wild has sort of been a cow with unlimited cream to me, to use a simple metaphor. This game's world is a pink udder that I've returned to time and time again throughout my youth to grasp and milk with hands that have become gnarled and dirty in the passing of the years. Upon my recent return, as the dairy touched my palate for the first time since probably middle school, I discovered some untold new dimension to the taste and texture of this Zelda game as it formed beautiful milky rivers through the hills and valleys of my tongue. I shudder. I'm a quirked up white boy and I love to play video games. I'm lucky to have popped Breath of the Wild into my Wii U at release so young that the whole game will forever glow in a layer of burning nostalgia. Man, do I really know Breath of the Wild. This is just one of those special pieces of art that you find yourself drawn towards. I encourage you to think of a movie, game, book, whatever that you experienced over and over as a young human, the details of which have been branded onto your mind. You can't really explain where the knowledge came from, it's always been a part of you. You know that Darth Vader is Luke's father. You know the exact path into Hyrule Castle to find the Hylian shield. You know to grab this metal beam from this pool outside the Magnesis Shrine, and you know to bring it over to this pit of mud so you can bridge this gap and get 5 fire arrows and 5 ice arrows. You know that you love your parents. They're not home tonight, and you get to play your favorite video game. David Pickle incinerated my poop sock! I need to go! Okay, I should be safe hiding out in this abandoned tractor shed that I found. Thankfully, my younger self lacked the want to explore too thoroughly off the beaten path in Zelda. This large game world offers so much that you can have kind of a shallow playthrough and still spend real-life days with the game, which I definitely have, but my younger self's exploration was really only motivated by the big boss battles and the orange glow of undiscovered shrines on the horizon. I never really wandered into the nooks, the crannies, the back beautiful paths. I never explored Hyrule with my curiosity and my intuition guiding me. It was more of a guided tour following the main objectives. If there ever was an incorrect way to play a game called Breath of the Wild, then let's just say that we were acquainted and sucking on opposite ends of a spaghetti noodle. Yes, let me underappreciate everything that makes you special. This is not the most flashy game world. It is very beautiful, but it isn't in your face like the volumetric beauty of Red Dead 2, for example. It's quiet. But though it lacks raw graphical fidelity, it doesn't need it. I love how dynamic the cloudy days are. The early morning sun sends a quiet shotgun burst of muted color splattering across multiple layers of cloud. A fox shakes his fur dryer in the distance and yawns as a few piano notes play. A ride north through tree-mottled hills as the cacophony of wind, leaf, bird, and light swirls above head. Perhaps the most bombastic natural sight in the game are the raging sunsets that burn through hill and mountain and rock before the atmospheric calm of night. It's kind of embarrassing to say, but until my playthrough a few months ago, so pretty much my entire life, all the natural beauties of this game sort of went over my head. Here we are. I get it now. My most recent trek through Hyrule saw me thirsty for this shit. I gobbled up every desolate peak, every flower-covered hilltop, every quiet meadow. There are small golden nuggets scattered throughout, yes, but the real prize of Breath of the Wild is just finding places like Dragonbone Mire, off at the edge of the world. What's in Dragonbone Mire? Oh, some dragon bones and some mud. What else did you expect? Sensational. I've come to the conclusion that Breath of the Wild is simply an open world of hundreds of top-tier, interconnected smoke spots and an invitation to come see them all. Fuck it, dude. In no particular order, here are my top 5 Breath of the Wild smoke spots. Number 1. Tucked underneath Zora's domain is this odd liminal space full of different shades of blue. All the NPCs are up top, so this is the perfect quiet corner to come burn some Hyrule herb before your meeting with the king. Just don't smoke too much, because faded eye contact with this utter beast would be a real deal fucking boss fight. Number 2. Atop the Great Deku Tree, there's this Korok named Norman or Walter, I can't exactly remember, but this little dude is made of blunt wrap, smoking that fucking Waldo pack, or whatever he's called. If you look up, the sunlight screams down like pink meteors. Number 3. The edge of the Akala Labyrinth, staring at the world's teeth at the start of the sea. These jagged rocks are outside of the game's bounds, so all you can do is gaze at the craggy edges from afar, never mentioned anywhere else in the game. Number 4. The Spring of Power. Bless up, you pious thug. Hylia's power protects you in this holy place, so enjoy your sesh and the trickle of the waterfalls in peace. Number 5. The Kara Kara Bazaar. Face a J with a fellow weary traveler, cool yourself off in this desert pool and feast on juicy hydromelons. Fuck it, dude. We geeked and cross-dressing. I can say with confidence that probably the worst place for me to smoke is David Pickle's house. It's actually very serious. I think some important context to understanding my feud with Mr. DP is we actually used to be business partners, but sometimes the kosher spear has some big bumps on it. You don't really know where the bumps came from, but it turns out that they were there all along. Just a big fucking bumpy pickle. He's probably gonna fucking kill me, so I don't even care about shit anymore. I played this most recent time on Master Mode in an attempt to make my new playthrough even more new. This means that there are no more red bokoblins, they're gone, replaced with blues, more of a meaty threat. In fact, every enemy in the game is one tier higher straight from the get-go, and it's merciless. My Master Mode playthrough was equally beautiful and terrifying after I left that dark shrine. I felt like Oog the Neanderthal, ushered from my cave and into a world of odd blue gremlins who threw rocks at me. I couldn't hit them with the stick because it would just shatter on their pudgy faces. A traveler's broadsword would hack its way through maybe 2 enemies' health bars before running out of durability, and I couldn't receive nary a scratch in combat for my measly 3 hearts. Egad! It was some of the most fun I've had playing Breath of the Wild in my life. My limited weapons stores meant that I relied heavily on stealth, the infinitely reusable bombs, and gravity to win, outsmarting these crude beasts like a tricksy Aesopian fox. Later in my playthrough, when I had gained in power and mastered the game's interconnected systems, the Master Mode combat naturally became style-based. It's going to take me 87 swings of my sword either way, so I might as well use all the elemental tools in my toolbox to style on this fucking hog. I mean, the way you can just utterly humiliate a lizard with ice and bombs and bullet time. His fucking girl was here. She watched this happen, bro. He's fucked. I might have used the bombs even more out of combat, just blowing up foxes and shit. I really like bombing the wildlife. And shield surfing might just be the best feature in any video game ever. I will debate you in the comments. Not for 1 second in my entire life has this gotten old. This game is recess, and I think that's the best way you could describe it. Why are the Great Fairies so horny? I can't play this on my speakers, dude. Damn. One time I did experience an erection. The only real-life feeling I can possibly imagine comparing playing Breath of the Wild to is a good fungal Friday with the boys. If you're not from the Midwest, this is something that's common around here. Every few weeks, you and your friends go out into the woods and eat all the wild mushrooms that you can find growing around. When everything goes well, me and the boys are out there for hours, terrified, hallucinating, screaming, and running from fucking no one, bruh. And I will be the first to tell you, running through those lush trees on a perfect fungal Friday, a loving, cool breeze in your face, the wind beneath your soft wings, you supple dove, you feel like Zelda, paragliding off the Great Plateau with an entire world to explore. Yeah, dude, that's fucking planet Earth. Breath of the Wild came out 8 years ago. In another 8 years, I'll be 27. 8 years after that, I'll be 35. I can't really count much higher, but Breath of the Wild has remained a static piece of art since I was 11, and it will continue to be so. At least for now, computer code generally remains unthinking and unchanging. I feel like a merry little hobbit, bro. I'm trespassing in Farmer Maggot's wheat field right now. It's a fact that returning to this game after several years, I've only found more reasons to love it. I touched on this idea some in my Elden Ring video, but the raw increase in consciousness that I've experienced in the dawn of my adulthood has been absolutely illuminating. And I fucking love this shit. Maybe it was the 84 billionth neuron that I grew, maybe it was the 85th. My gray matter is more capable now of understanding, of rationalizing, of appreciating the world around me. I see Breath of the Wild with new eyes, but also everything else that I've ever loved. Other games, movies, books, glasses of water. The spring of my 19th year of life has been so bombastic. I've never before paid this much attention to the changing of the seasons, the flood of green that suddenly chokes the brown Kansas landscapes. At the end of my Dark Souls 2 video, episode 2 of this trilogy, I spoke on the exponential passage of time and the seeming futility of experience. I said that I hadn't yet found the answer to this existential question of forgetting, but now I have this to propose. Every moment or detail lost to time becomes the soil for something new to grow. It's not simply that forgetting allows us to re-experience what we forgot, but that the weight of this re-experience increases. The dissolving of your memories into some vague, intuitive blob, the yellow smell of your grandparents, how your favorite song made you feel at 13, a pattern of gameplay that seems intrinsic to your core. We hold on to our love for these things, our love for our past, even when the specifics have been obliterated by absolute time. This love is an incredibly fertile soil. I have loved Breath of the Wild for almost half my time on this planet. The details of that love turned to compost, and now as I revisit Hyrule as a man, it is vastly more beautiful than when I left it. This growth fertilized by everything since that has made me laugh, hate, or cry, every ounce of awe and appreciation that I've managed to pry from this reality with my hairless, opposable thumbs. Thank you. Childlike wonder is by no means relegated only to childhood. Everything is awesome. If they could, the clouds would agree. I can do anything.